This is going to be exciting. All right, here we are. Awesome. So we don't have our cool little intro for you folks. And I'm guessing I don't have anybody watching since there was no announcement already. But welcome to those of you who are watching us live from YouTube. Glad to have you along for the ride in our first ever cross platform live stream as we dive behind the scenes in game dev. Happy to have you here and aboard our ship, which thank you guys, which appreciate the support, appreciate that. Which we need to name. We need to name our ship.
Incoming transmission from
There we go.
archived footage.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for that. Very timely. Nice. That's a good one. Yeah, we need to come up with two names, and so I figure let's start brainstorming now, and then on a future stream, I think we should do a poll maybe. But for now, let's come up with some suggestions if you guys want to think about it. We need two names. We need to name the ship, this cool environment from which we stream. And number two, we need to name our computer. So we have the voice that pops on and gives us alerts, which I shut off some of them because she was talking too much. But we need to also name our computer. So I'd like to name the ship and the computer two separate names. So if anyone has thoughts, suggestions, I'm going to be open to them. And then we'll collect, I'll pick my favorites and we'll put those into a poll and we'll vote for those. I don't know if we're going to do all that tonight or if we'll just collect some answers tonight and save those for the next several streams here as we go about the week. Maybe we can finalize that in our big launch party on Saturday. I don't know. I'm just sort of going with the flow here. But yeah, I'm open to ideas if anybody comes up with them. A cool name for our ship and for our computer. All right, let's take ideas for at least a couple of days. I agree. I think it would be good to be able to have everybody have some dwell on it a little bit, collect some ideas, and we can. It's just there's certain ones that I'll nix, so I'm not going to take everything that's suggested. I'll pick the faves out of it, and then we'll put those into a poll because there's certain things I want to avoid. For example, we will not use any of the names that exist right now for computer voices because if I speak them out loud, suddenly I'm going to have my TV turning on or other things. So we got to avoid all that kind of stuff. Yeah, just throwing that out there. All right. Cool. Let's see. What else? So we've talked about Pandemonium Puzzle releasing. We've talked about our brand new launch of our cross-platform stream just starting now on YouTube. So welcome to that group. I'm assuming for the first stream, probably people will catch it on VOD. But we'll start building there. It's new, but it's cool. And what else do we touch on? I don't know. Don't forget Friday. We have our Game Jelly Night. For anybody on the YouTube side, you probably have seen it. We've got all our previous videos. For those of you who watch it live, that's cool. But if you missed something and you want to catch up, there's 9 sessions, the first 9 sessions, all available on our YouTube channel that you can watch those when we're not live and you want to pop over and catch up, then that's cool. We also try to keep all of our guest streams. So when we do our golden spotlights where we have guests, those are also available. All of our streams are available here on Twitch for 2 weeks after they air. And then after that point in time, we do try to upload those for the YouTube community. So thanks to everybody as we continue to grow those both. So we would love to have you here live on Twitch and join in the conversation. You can as well now on YouTube, so feel free to jump in on the chat. It will not appear on the screen, but I will be able to see it. So yeah, it would be cool. Like there's things I could do with bots to integrate it. However, unfortunately, my understanding is that Twitch actually doesn't allow that. In order to do multi-streaming with Twitch, you can't mix the chat. So just one of the restrictions. I always wondered why people didn't do that. Now I know. All right. So we've set the plate with a whole bunch of things going on, different announcements. If anybody has any questions about any of those, please reach out. Let me know what kind of questions you have, whether it's Pandemonium Puzzle, whether it's the stream, whatever it might be. Otherwise, we can do a couple fixes to get things situated in here. I've got a super cool one that I'm ready to add that I want to build into this, which is going to be, I think, pretty fun. I've got a couple of good ones. So those of you who actually care about the process, you can see through. It's very similar to game development, basically creating this environment. It's amazing how similar it is, in fact. For anybody who's here with us and doesn't realize, we are in a full-fledged 3D environment here. It is not just this still screen. For example, I can pull back to the back of the room here. In fact, I can pull back even further back into our entryway. We could go check out our little comm screen here where we've got, let's get a closer look, where we've got our different communications connections. I do want to do some work on this and add a whole bunch of more sources so that basically as we're looking at this panel, it's going to rotate through multiple different channels. The screens will constantly be changing. As we've had a lot of other people connect with us here, and we're going to do that at some point. We've, of course, got our other monitor on the other side of the room, which you've seen, allows us to play some videos. And, of course, we can do some cool stuff like change the condition color that we're in. So we can go to a lighter, that's our condition blue. We should probably drop back to center mode here to see, so you can see the scrolling text, condition status blue. But we could switch that to green or yellow. When I switched to yellow, it didn't update the status. It still says condition status green. Wow, that's not okay. Blue, green, and red, those all work, but yellow is not changing the text. Let's make a note of that. Problems. All right. Twitch environment. We've got condition yellow. Not changing scroll. Okay. Cool. We got that. All right, so let's switch this back to condition blue. We've got our light mode and dark mode. I think most everybody has said they love the dark mode, but you guys feel free to let me know. We can change that up a little bit. I'm also wanting to add some controls so that you guys can change those. You do already have the ability with cheers to set the condition. If, for example, you want to send us into condition red, you can with a cheer 14, I believe it is. That information is right above me at the bottom of the view screen. You'll see a lot of different options and things available to do, ways that you can interact with the stream, and we're going to add a whole bunch more. So definitely hope you'll check that stuff out. Yeah, I got so many things. So a couple of the cool things. Maybe we'll give you a choice, like I do on my game dev session nights. We could create a poll. Do you want to create an abomination, or do you want me to? I don't know if you're at a computer and if it's convenient. If not, I can do it. It's not a problem. But we can give you guys an option on what things to add. I mean, there's tons. We're gonna add them all eventually, but which we can want to focus on first and try to knock out. Boom. Yeah. I'm on mobile, but that's okay. I can type it up real quick. Let me just do that. I'm getting a little more accustomed to it. Boom. Okay. So which addition next? What are we going to add to our environment right now? And as we're talking, if you guys have a topic, game dev topic, questions, something you're working on that you want to talk about, please just chime in. Let me know. Let's do it. We're here to talk tonight. And so I don't want everybody to just think, oh, he's busy doing something and disperse. I'm here to chat with you guys. So whatever's on your mind, whatever project you're working on, if you want to share it, please do so. If you've got questions about tools or, Unity, whatever the case might be, coding, be happy to assist to the best of my ability. All right, so we have a couple of options to work on. One is the destroy enemy ship, which is going to be for bands. We'll just say that. And then we've also got this life form count. And let's throw one more option in here at least. Let's get another good one. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. We need to fix our forward view screen. Fix. Okay. So let's set this for 5 minutes. I'm going to start this poll. Computer name Nova, Neural Ops Virtual Assistant. All right. Abominations keeping a list. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. All right. I just added a poll for 3 different options of what I could work on here as we sit back and chat. So the first one is destroy enemy ships bans. So basically when somebody pops in here and I've got to ban them, or Abomination has to ban them because they're just some bot that's trying to, spam the channel, and we immediately ban them. Bam them? Did I say bam them? Ban them from the channel. Well, we're going to treat those bots as we would any other enemy of this vessel, like other bots, like Cylons. So we're literally going to take out a Cylon ship every time we ban somebody there. So that's that first one. We have a life form count. I want to add that off to the side of the view screen, where the computer is keeping track of the life forms that are being detected in proximity of our vessel. which is basically going to let us know how many viewers we have in the channel at any given time. And we also have an alert that's going to let us know as that grows. And fixing the forward view screen. So we've got a few little sizing issues we need to clean up with the view screen. If I go to the forward one, you're going to see how bad it is. I intentionally didn't go to the forward view because it hasn't been cleaned up. But if I go here, you can see it sort of doesn't fit on the screen. It's just sort of all over. This isn't even the worst view because there's nothing actually on the view screen right now, only the text overlay. But if I turn on the view screen, you can see it just gets even worse. It looks really, really bad. So we need to fix that up. So those are 3 options I've given you guys. Anybody who wants, chime in. You got about 2.5 minutes to cast your vote on what we work on and fix. And of course, if you just want to hang back and chat and you don't really care, that's fine too. Go ahead, throw your comments in there. Let's fix this because this is bugging me. We're going to get pulled back here to our center view, and that's a little bit better. And let's turn off that. Okay, sweet. This could use a tiny bit of tweaking as well, I think. Just our wrap on this text, it looks a little bit low. It's cutting off that bottom line from what I see. But I should make sure that that's actually, yeah, it's definitely cutting it off. Okay, cool. No problem. It's all fixable. Okay. So, couple of options there. I kind of had a feeling that first option was going to take the obvious lead or win in this poll. It almost seems silly to create the poll because I feel everybody's going to want to see the Cylons get blown up when we ban somebody. Who's not going to love that idea? Right? Yep. All right. Hopefully, got this situated. Let's move this back over here. Let's actually open up Twitch so that I can see what in the world is going on. Put on my stream manager. There we go. All right. Things that normally I would do before I go live, but that's okay. Better late than never. All right, you got a few seconds left on the vote if you want to get in your vote on which element we work on. We're getting ready to go to an ad break, so by the time you get back, we'll be engaged in this activity. Go ahead and vote in these final seconds if you've got a preference. All right. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Okay, poll is over, and we have a winner: destroy enemy ship when we do bans. Let's get that added to our environment here. I mean, I feel like we're doing game dev. It really is like a game environment, and we're going to make it more and more so as we continue forward. All right. So I think the first step is let's open up. I need to edit this video, probably create a few different clips and have it randomly pick one. For anybody who watched the OG show, there was 3 or 4 clips of, let's see. There was 3 or 4 clips, I think. Oh, I didn't get a voice. I may have to do that. But that's okay. Hopefully this doesn't cause a big lag in the stream. And some folks are on Did I? Oh man, what did I do? I closed the wrong window. And I gotta start over again. Alright. And I've got audio playing on this thing. Okay. I got too many things. I need more monitors. Poor James. I've only got 3 monitors, man. I need more monitors. I know you can relate to me right now. You added one more? Okay. So you went from 4 to 2, but now you're back to 3. Is that? Yeah. Yeah. I can't believe it. Not. Okay. Here we go. Open. Let's do this one. Okay. Is it opening or is it ignoring me? So now that we're back from break, let's see. My production level was suffering, so I had to. Yeah, it's a great game dev topic. How many monitors do you have, and how many monitors do you need? You know, it is a real struggle. Like there's people out there who try to do it with a single monitor. Man, I can't imagine. I mean, are we spoiled, or are we just practical with tools? You know, I don't know. Let's see. There are moments when I wish I had 5, but probably no more than that. Yeah. I mean, the tough thing is, like, I considered at one point, like, I imagined and kind of drew up a 6 monitor layout, where I basically did a 3 and then 3 on top. But yeah, I mean, the biggest problem I have with that, I feel like as far as focusing on your work, it's awesome. But what I love doing here in my home, in my environment, is seeing the whole room and feeling like I've got this big space, you know? I think if I were tucked in the corner of a small I think if I were tucked in the corner of like a small room or a small office where I had no view and couldn't see anything, I'd want 3 more monitors, like stacked, so that I had 3 across, 2 high. Yeah, that would be cool. I might go for an ultra wide screen for my bottom and 2 on top. Might work as 5 in that sense. Yeah, yeah, I could see that. I could see that. It'd be cool. Cool. Y'all are crazy. 3 is my max. Now, do you have 3 or is 3 the dream? Let's see. All right, I'm going to move the chat down to the side monitor here so that we can use the main view screen up here. I'm going to turn off the overlay and I'm going to share with you this screen here, which is Adobe Premiere Pro. And so this is what I do to do all my video editing. And I'm just going to come in and I'm going to delete my last clip that I created in here, which is from Terminator. And instead, we're going to grab from the computer my last recording. And we're going to drop that in. Let's see. Boom. Let me get this off this screen. And we're going to drag and drop it in here to my raw clips. Boom, like that. You don't have three. You did in your last office. I do miss it at times. Yeah, and that's what I'm wondering. Like, is it really a crucial, like, crucial might not be the right word, but is it a super, super helpful tool to have multiple monitors? Or is it just something we get spoiled by and accustomed to? And so then when we try to scale back, I mean, you know, can you work on a computer and do coding and create games and do regular work with one monitor? Of course you can. But, you know, it just seems so limiting. I think it varies on your personal workflow and what kind of apps you need at a time. Yeah, I would agree with that. Like when I'm coding, if I'm just specifically focused on a project in the middle of my day, I'm working on one of my games, then I'm fine. I could probably even get away with two screens, maybe even one, to be honest, because I can have Visual Studio and Unity open on the same monitor and just toggle between them because I don't really need to see them both at the same time. A lot of times I do that anyway, like here on stream. I just toggle between which one I need on the screen at that time. But when I'm doing like a live stream, like right now at this moment, I have all three monitors completely full of information I kind of need all right now. And I still do not have all the information I need. I have stuff tucked away and hidden that I really need to see that would be very helpful to have up, especially with this new deal going on right now where I am live on YouTube. I don't have that. I've got all these different tabs, but I don't have, and I really need to figure out how I'm going to be able to monitor like the chat there as I'm monitoring the chat here, as I'm monitoring the actual stream and the audio, which is displayed at the top of the screen. So I have to make sure it's set on screen in a perfect position. Otherwise, it changes, as I'm sure you've probably noticed, to something, less pleasant. And I've got then that, like, all of that doesn't even count the work that I'm working on. All that's just to stream. I didn't even mention, like, I don't know if I mentioned OBS. OBS has to be open. StreamerBot, I've got StreamerBot running. Um, I've got my stream, the Unity environment, which is a game program that is running with this bridge. That's another, all those programs are up and running and have to be available readily on my desktop. Plus whatever I'm working on and sharing with you guys, which in this case up here is Premiere Pro. So we dragged in this Battlestar, and oh, this sucks. I have seen this with a few sources. Oh, this is so disappointing. Oh, I actually might have screwed up my recording. I was thinking that they blocked it and made it so that you can't record it, but I usually don't have any problem with YouTube. But I think I didn't set my OBS recorder to capture the correct source, so I think I missed it. Which is super unfortunate because that means I'm not going to be able to do this live on stream right now after I just psyched you guys up for it. Because I'm going to have to recapture this, and I can't do that while I'm live. So, bummer.
Incoming transmission from archived footage.
Boom, 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 boom. Water, water, what can you do with water? You need water for the dishes, water for your hair, water for the fishes, and water for the clothes that you wear. Boom, 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 boom.
All right. Well, thank you for the hydrate. Appreciate that. We will drink up here and let's change our monitor, our view screen. Maybe while we're just figuring out a next step here, real quick, let's maybe we should go on a journey. Boom. Let's. Oh, do I not even have? I don't even think I have that one set up in here. Darn, I need to get that set up. That's a whole nother thing we need to do is get our locations all set up so we can travel to different places. Let's head back to Earth here. We head into our warp. Sit back, enjoy the little trip here. Whew. All right, it's an exciting little trip. Go. All right, back to Earth. Yeah, I'm bummed. I'm so sorry that I can't do the blowing up the Cylons because I'm going to have to go back and get those to re-edit them off stream. So that's a shame. All right. I thought I had done enough to get us by. All right. Oh, my gosh. All right. I did put in that new voice you heard, the new alert that played like, I don't know, 10 times at the beginning of the stream, which is ridiculous. I think I just need to adjust the trigger. If I turn it back on, let's turn it back on and we'll see. I think what it's doing is it's triggering every single time the viewer count updates, which is obnoxious.
An anomaly has been detected within range of our scanners. Collecting data now to determine potential threats.
Okay. And yeah, our numbers didn't even change. Our viewers didn't change. It just simply checked to see how many, and we don't want that. We don't want it to trigger every time. So what we're going to have to do is create a variable inside of our streamer bot that counts how many viewers we have.
An anomaly has been detected within range of our scanners. Collecting data now to determine potential threats.
Yeah. All right, we're disabling this trigger. And we're going to have to build a counter, a variable in there to keep track of how many we have and keep track if it goes up or down, and probably also how long it's been since it played, and make sure that it doesn't play more than once, at least in 30 seconds or a minute or more. If we fix the counter item, it shouldn't go off all the time like it was doing. That was obnoxious. But yeah, so we got a couple things that we could do there. And what I sort of want to do, what I think would be cool, is to create it so that when it's doing that, we move the camera slightly. Let me open Unity and I can show you kind of what I'm thinking here. We're going to open our Twitch environment. What are you guys working on? What kind of projects do y'all have going on tonight? Anything fun, exciting, and new? That could be our theme song. Fun, exciting, and new. Come aboard. We're expecting you. Oh, shoot. All right. Hopefully some people, know what that's from. Yes, I just dated myself greatly, but that's okay. All right. Boom, 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 boom. Here we go. Boom. So what I'm thinking is, let's do, how do we want to do this? I think I'm going to change this other screen next to me over here on this side instead of the main view screen, because it's going to become really obnoxious to look at the main view screen being this bridge. So let's just put it on this screen next to me here. Let's see. We'll do that. And we'll do this. Or the other option, we could actually add a screen. That might be cool. Let's do this. Boom. And then we can do this one next to me. We will change this to be this one. Okay, so this is Unity next to me here to my right. And this is the ship environment where we're actually setting. It's also a little obnoxious to make that full screen because of that bright pink. It's a little much. But here's what I'm thinking with this is if we, what I'd like to do is maybe create an additional camera point. So let's see, if we switch to the scene mode here and we go, let's move in here a little bit. So like we have our center point here in here somewhere where we're sort of just checking things out. What I'm thinking is I'd like to have it when it detects an anomaly and it's doing scans. I'm thinking it would be kind of cool if we just rotated the camera a little bit. Let me see if I can get the kind of effect I'm talking about. I may have to add the camera. Otherwise, it's not going to quite look right. It's going to be all janky like this. But essentially what I'm thinking is to just rotate the camera a little bit, like kind of come over here and see this panel over here and have like some scans running or something. It would be kind of cool. And would just sort of illustrate and show periodically that we have a little bit of movement and life to our environment. I'm just trying to create a little bit more kind of activity going on so it feels more like an active bridge rather than you're just sitting here looking at a screen. And so I want to create some additional movement, you know, like we have with the video screen. I like that. I like how it kind of pulls us away, sends us to a different screen, plays those videos. I'd love your guys' feedback though. Feel free to let me know what you think of all this kind of stuff. If it's, you know, too much, not enough, you like it, you don't like it, you know, what annoys you, what fascinates you, if anything. All that feedback is great and helpful, but I feel like it needs more movement, more things going on, and so this is one of the things I want to do is the anomaly detected. We may want to change the alert status or the condition status as well when that happens. You know, we're basically banning somebody, and then yeah, we're gonna take out Cylons. We probably need to send it in a red alert, right? We're gonna have Cylons coming at us, and we're gonna blow them out of the sky. And yeah, we should be in red alert for that moment. It'd be cool. Oh, but that's not the anomaly. I'm mixing two different actions. We're not going to blow things up every time we have an anomaly. For that, we could do like probably a condition green or yellow. I don't know. Depends how often it's going to go off. But we could kind of switch the conditions slightly. I was thinking about making like condition green as kind of our standard alerts. Yellow is our follows and so forth. Plus, I've got an idea for we're going to do something new as well. I don't want to spoil it, so I'm not going to get into that one, but it's going to be super cool. But I think the red we've got for raids, and we also have, I think we'll add that for our bands. Definitely got to have that for when we encounter the Cylons. Yeah, that'd be cool. All right, so what was my point to all this? Where was I going? I want to create the motion, when things are happening, create a little bit of motion around the room, lights changing, camera moving, so that things feel a little bit more active as we're going about the stream. Hopefully that makes sense. So, what I think we need to do as a starting point, where did that go? Is to add, let me grab, I'm going to open up one more screen here. Nobody answered me on what they're working on tonight. Anybody got anything cool going on? If you want to stay busy and you don't want to talk about it, I don't have to pester you about it, but I am curious. Let's see. Boom. Let's switch this to here. And then let's go. Boom. Wow, there we go. Boom. Mute that. Okay. Sweet. All right, we can close that. We can close that. We can close that. Just try to close down a few things off my computer. And let's go back to OBS. Here we go. All right. Okay, what I'm thinking we want to do over here in Unity to my right, we want to add an additional camera. Why isn't that working? I don't know. Maybe this doesn't update live. It's probably the same. Yeah, that's fine. Average view to range there. Ah, okay. I see. Sure, why not? Let's see. Okay, so we'll add a new camera in here. I think we kind of don't want to move it too much, but maybe a little bit closer and a little bit to the left is what I'm thinking. Again, I'm open to opinions if anybody wants to chime in, but what I'm going to do is here in Unity, I am going to go to our control room cameras, and I'm going to go to our center room camera, and I'm going to align view to selected. Okay, so basically I just, boom, put us in position of that camera, which is perfect. So now let's move us a little bit this way, like that, and then a little closer, like that. I don't know, is that view work? Could be interesting. Could be. Let's see.
Could be. Go on.
Okay, so now what we're gonna do now that we're here is let's add a new camera. going to go down here and we're going to add a Cinemachine camera. It might actually be better to duplicate an existing one. And then we'll rename this to be, we'll call this the scanning. I don't know. Call it scanning. And now for this, what we want to do is we want to tell it move to view. So we move this camera to align with the view that we have set. And now we have a new camera. And all we should have to do, let me see. Don't I have a camera manager? Yes, I do. Camera manager. So in our scripts, let's go to our scripts and open up camera manager. Pop that open. Boom, boom. I will zoom up on this just in case anybody is trying to see and follow along with our coding here. So we'll go displays. This is on this monitor. We want to do a zoom. So it's a little bit easier to read if you're on like a full screen computer. If you're on mobile, there's no chance of reading any of this anyway. So that's right. All right, and we're just gonna add a new Cinemachine for our scanner position. So we're gonna say public Cinemachine camera called scanner cam. Okay. And then down here in our, we have an array. And we need to set the scanner cam in the all cams array. Entry back center cam right close. So let's just tack it on to the end. So we're gonna add scanner cam 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. That's it, huh? That doesn't seem right. Yeah, it's the 9th camera. So it would be 8, number 8 in the array. I guess that's right. All right. The rest of it should all function, I think, the way it is. Now we do have a camera control script that we are going to have to add to that camera object back in Unity. So let's do that. We have camera control. We're going to drag that onto our scanning camera. And that is done. Scanning camera control. Oh, it's got 2. Oh, because I duplicated it. Yeah. I'd already had a camera control script on it because I duplicated it, so it doesn't need another one. All right. Okay, we're good. Let's see. So now, what do we need to do to test this? That's a good question. It's been a while since I messed with this. I might have to, see, I feel like I'd have to turn off the program because I've designed it so that you can only have one running. And so in order to do any controls like from my Stream Deck on the environment here in Unity, I'd have to deactivate the one that's actually live on stream right now. And that's not a great solution, is it? We'll all just be floating in space. Oh, man. All right. we're cool. Let's just save this. What I could do is just export it. And then theoretically, I should only have to change, like add a button on in my controls. But we also don't have anything to read in here. And I feel like maybe we should create it in Unity, create some sort of object on this panel, or some sort of like view screen with some scans going off, that kind of thing. It might even be cool, since we're going to use Battlestar Galactica Cylons. I'm thinking it might even be cool to do the old Battlestar Galactica panel with the the grid, the little triangles. Might be kind of cool to have that up on here. Maybe, could be. But again, I've got to wait until I'm off stream in order to capture that video. Dang. That is a shame. All right. Let's see if we can't fix this little... Let's grab streamer bot. Bring that over here. Oof, that's bright. That's a lot of brightness. Boom. All right. So I think what we need to do is we need to break our process here with these, with checking on our viewers, into two different steps. So step one is, I think what we want to do is to check the viewer count and update the count in our variable, and update the count on the screen wherever we're going to have that. And then as a separate function, if the count is an increase from what it was before, then we can trigger our little scanning alert. That's sort of the concept. Something to that effect. You know, if you know what I mean. Man, I tried to get that clip yesterday. I spent a bunch of time looking for it. Could not find one. And I'm sure people are going, what clip? What are you talking about? One I've been wanting to get for a while. I had it on my list, and I tried to find it yesterday. Was, know what I mean, Vern? Might be too old for some of you guys, but yep. Okay. Let's grab. Boy, I don't know. Boom. I'm gonna try. What if we put the chat overlay back on? There we go. That looks better. I don't know why it looked so weird before. And then let's go back to a 3-panel view. And let's change this one back to the logo. There we go. Yeah. So let's see. Couple little challenges, but it shouldn't be that hard. So we're getting account update. What I don't know is it updating a variable automatically? There should be a way for us to find out in here if let's see, counter. I'm trying to remember where I found this information previously. Settings, polls, predictions, no. It's not super helpful when you don't remember things right off the bat or off the top of your head. Everybody's so quiet. All right. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. I feel like this has moved off of where I want it. I'm not 100% loving it. So I'm going to try to do a quick fix here. I'm talking about the chat on the main view screen. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go to our chat. We should have a chat for center right there. We don't want to mess with this one. We want to find the chat for center as the, let's see, so it should be, here we go, chat positioning for center. This is the one we want. Okay. Now, I wonder, you... I need to try something. Let's double check so that I don't mess something up before I start making adjustments. If I switch this to view screen and I turn off the overlay and I go to what is on the view screen and switch that to chat, then we get a different view than the other chat, I do believe. But they both have problems. So this one, chat, bum bum. Yeah, definite issues here. Okay. But now if I go back to, if I go to the chat overlay, now let's turn off the view screen one. All right. Let's just watch real carefully and make sure I don't mess this up. So we want to move it up slightly. Yep, this is the right one. So that looks better. And then we want to move it in. Let's see here. How do we do this? Let's make it a little bit smaller. Uh-oh. That's not what we want. Okay. Go like that. There we go. Boom. So much better. But I am a little concerned about this. So the question is, if I had to change this, oh, see, that just cuts it off. That's not what I wanted to do. So what happens if I scale this down? How small would I have to make it to be able to make it all fit? We'd have to go to there. And then this would come down to like here. So here's my question for anybody still paying attention. Is that text too small? Does that look better? Or should I sacrifice and cut a little bit off at the right edge in order to make the text bigger? Or does this look good to you guys? Can you guys see it, read it? Feedback would be appreciated. Bum-bum. If it helps, we can... You think it's good? If it helps, we can venture out from... Why did this stop working? I don't know. I got so much to learn. Yes, where's that? Okay. Where is, if I go to studio mode, and if I go down back again to that chat, chat for center, nope. Darn. Chat positioning for center. There we go. All right. Let's move this down just slightly there. There. I think that looks much better. Cool. All right. Works for me. As long as you guys can read it, if you think it's legible, then that's cool. All right. I think it looks a lot better now. So that's cleaned up a little bit, a little less bugging me. All right. Now we got to get this off, close. There we go. Okay. Now, we need to know what the issue is with this, like, maybe it's not updating any variable. I'm trying to look at StreamerBot and figure out this alert. This viewer count update. Switch channel. Let's see, maybe we can get chat. Connections. Emotes. General. Present viewers. Aha. This sounds better. Present viewers. Does that just mean there are present viewers? What does that mean? What does that mean? I don't know. This doesn't make any sense. Delete. You need like a manual for all this so much. Oh, Abomination, are you doing any better? Is your day better today than it was the start of the week? I hope. Oh, man. Is, oh. What in the world? Is Royal Pain on the job? In some ways, yes. In some ways, definitely not. Oh. Well, sorry to hear that. Let me know if there's anything I can do. I get it. I get it. Maybe. Started yesterday. Thanks. Yep. Of course. Yeah, I knew he started yesterday. He said yesterday was mostly just paperwork. So I was just wondering if he was working now. But oh man, can't stop yawning. I mean, I suppose I could cut it an early short stream and then just work on those clips off stream. But I don't know if you guys like watching me do these fixes or not. Like, I honestly don't know. So if anybody would like to let me know, is it interesting? Is it intriguing? Do you enjoy it? Or does this process just make you want to cry? Let's see. This viewer count thing, Twitch. Yeah, that's about it. So there's the viewer count update. But that's more meant to trigger something when there's a specific number of viewers. Like, let's say you want to announce something if we have 100 viewers in the channel, then we could set that up with that. But we could still set that as our trigger, but instead of actually doing the scans, we would just at that point try to pull the actual viewership, which is what's confusing. Maybe that's because I'm trying to look in triggers instead of sub actions. If we go to sub actions, Twitch, let's see, channel, add viewer count. What is add viewer count? Add Twitch viewer count. It's just an action, so it seems good, but I'm not sure if you're cutting it soon or not, but you have to get some sleep. It's almost 11. You got an early morning tomorrow, so you can't say alone. Hey, no problem. No problem. Well, I need to close this Pandemonium puzzle app if I want to sleep Fair enough. Hey, think about it. If there's anything in particular that you would like to do or see happen, or have ideas for our Saturday stream for our launch party for Pandemonium Puzzle, let me know. Reach out, and maybe we can throw something else together. I've got quite a bit of stuff on the agenda already, so it's not like I need stuff. But if there's something that you think should happen, let me know. Donuts, sure. That sounds great. Entice people with something that they can't have. Um, right? You know, I mean, I could order pizza and eat that in front of people too. Be like, yeah, right. So yeah, if anybody is 2 hours, I agree. If anybody like, I mean, just everybody, everybody. I really hope you'll consider joining us on Saturday for our stream at our regular time, 6:30 p.m. Pacific, as we celebrate the launch of Pandemonium Puzzle. We're gonna have our official launch party and give an overview of the game. We'll talk about the process of building it. We'll share the game tips, insights, get behind the scenes on it. We will have a giveaway. We're going to give away a shirt. We're going to announce a tournament, and we're going to, just have fun. We'll keep it short that night so that people aren't stuck too late, but can hang out and enjoy us. So don't be too late because you'll miss a lot of good stuff. 6:30 to 7:30 this Saturday Pacific time. Hope you can be there. Otherwise, yeah, I think I might just call it early tonight. And then I can pull some of those clips and stuff that folks are wanting implemented in here, because I can't do that on stream, unfortunately. Is there anybody we can raid? It's kind of early. It would either need to be somebody new, or we could raid Jitspo. We've raided him several times. Ain't no party like a Pandemonium Puzzle launch party. Good stuff, good stuff. 20 game challenge, continuing game 1, Pong on Godot. That's interesting. I don't know. Maybe we should try that on our way out today. Hit up somebody new. Let's give it a shot. All right. Hey, thanks everybody for joining me, and we hope you'll be with us the rest of the week.